Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wasn't going to do a video today, but this thing with Charles Hoskinson was too interesting, so I wanted to show it here. But anyway, I wanted to start here though, because link to this thing ends at midnight tonight. Link to, who is one of my sponsors. I've been loading up on PolySign because I wanted to get as much of it as I could before they run out on there. And I think there's still some on there, but it says for every 10K or more you invest in using an Uphold wallet, Link to will give you $1,000 cash back rebate to your Uphold wallet in USDC. This means if you place a 10K order, you'll receive 1K in USDC. Invest 25K in a company and receive $2,500 in USDC. Pretty cool stuff there. So, now, let's check this out. This was Charles Hoskinson on his YouTube channel last night, I believe.
Oh, this one right here. Right, Charles, question for you. Yeah, Cardano's data is ruled as security by the SEC. Well, the SEC can assert it, but then they'd have to sue over it, and there'd be a long litigation process the foundation would have to fight and go through. And, you know, regulation's regulation. It's a hypothetical. And there's nothing in the history of Cardano that feels security-like. From the beginning to where it's at today, to the fact that the network is fully decentralized and so forth, I would believe that then Ethereum and Bitcoin would also be securities, and they'd be in a bigger debacle. And this problem with regulations through enforcement, you know, there's not much you can do. Just any given Sunday is whoever the regulator decides to pick, and then there's a big fight. $100 million is spent. It's brutal and vicious, and a lot of hard feelings, and sometimes people win, sometimes people don't. I've heard rumors that the Ripple case will be settled December 15th, and we'll just see. And that could have catastrophic implications for the industry, one way or the other. But, you just keep moving forward.
So there's a lot of interesting stuff there. That's very specific. That he hears that. Now, remember, you have to remember when this guy was came after us kind of about ETHgate, and he said it wasn't good for anybody to try to focus on all that, and it's a conspiracy, grand conspiracy and all that. It was almost at the time we were talking about it like he was angry or almost scared. Well, here he's talking about he has been saying that he's been working in DC, so we know he's got contacts in DC. So that's not coming from nowhere. Now, is it exactly December 15th? And I still say, like I said right here, what else have we been seeing? We've been seeing Bitcoin maximalists go crazy lately, trying to just, SEC ought to shut Ripple down and all that, like they're angry. Okay, but what does he say in there? He says that the Ripple settlement, first of all, and we haven't seen those Hinman documents, have we? I will continue to say we're never seeing those Hinman documents, because I think that there's something so bad in there that it would expose them as bad or worse than FTX. Okay, so I don't think we ever see them. Now, I mean see them, not they're going to release them and it's all redacted, That's not seeing them. I'm saying we're never going to actually see unredacted stuff, okay? Now, so what did he say in there? He said that this Ripple, he's hearing rumors of a Ripple settlement on December 15th. Well, that date could be wrong or whatever. But that's the second time we've heard that. Remember the Fox business? Here, remember this? This was from November the 14th, okay? So the question, somebody had posed this question is, this was from Maria Bartiromo, and she said, I know you're expecting a settlement tomorrow, which would be November 15th. And somebody posed the question, were they off a month? Did they accidentally do a segment and it was actually December 15th?
I know you're expecting a settlement tomorrow in the lawsuit between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple. The SEC's filing from 2020 alleged that Ripple Labs and two of its executives raised over $1.3 billion through an unregistered digital securities offering. This is a separate case, but your thoughts on whether any of this has the potential to take down other markets like the stock market?
Absolutely, Maria. Well, it goes to your first point. When contagion...
Now, I can't remember this girl's name, but when this went down, I literally she direct messaged me because I was talking about it, and I was trying to pin her down. I actually was going back and forth with her, and I said, have you or anybody you know heard anything about a settlement? And she wouldn't answer the question. She was going round and round. And that's why my radar was, the flags were going up, okay? So, yeah, we've heard a lot of these type of rumors, but when you add all the different things that have gone on into this, I smell something, okay? All against the backdrop of what I just said, and what I have said is I don't think we're ever seeing those Hinman documents. But here's the other thing that he said in that the settlement, in the same breath, he said would be catastrophic for the industry. Now, what I immediately think when I hear that, if it's catastrophic, and he was talking like he was fearful to me. When I hear that, what I hear is clarity for XRP and nobody else. That's what I hear. So let me go through a few more of my, and here's the person that had floated that. What if Fox News accidentally put this out in the wrong month? Rumors of settlement on the 15th, right? And then, let's see, that I had tweeted this out. Let me see. I wanted to make sure I got all my thoughts out on this. It would also explain why he struck out at us. So that's another thought I had is this would kind of make sense. Maybe the rumor he's been hearing is that Ripple settled and got clarity for themselves and for XRP, but everybody else is now can be a target still, like Ethereum. Because he says in the comment that Bitcoin, if you call Cardano a security, then you could say the same thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I also want to point out something that Kendra Hill said a long time ago. This was a write-up. Said Bitcoin, the illusion is that Bitcoin, for example, is untouchable. The reality is that it is government controlled through the use of mining pools. Any cryptocurrency aiming to be decentralized digital currency will not survive. The one that we will use has already been chosen. All right. So moving along here. Now here, I wanted to show you this. This was Fred Rispoli, who's an attorney. His comments are interesting too. He says he heard rumors and then discussed potential catastrophic consequences for the industry and emphasizes how Cardano is not a security. If there's a valid basis to the rumors, my hunch is settlement would be XRP as a security pre-2018 because that would be catastrophic for non-XRP tokens, okay? Then he says, I think he is hating and knows price could drop if it doesn't happen. And then Yassin Mubarak says, that's my thinking exactly. XRP pre-2019 is classified as a security equals big Ripple fine. But XRP after 2018 is not a security, which means today's XRP is free and clear. And then Wrath of Kahneman says, if true, how might this bear on XRP purchase pre-2018? Would secondary market be excused, or would everything purchased need to be accounted for? Gulp. Okay. And then Fred had weighed back in here. He says, agreed. The only way, in my opinion, to hear a valid rumor, a trumor, as Mr. the official cool guy says, to have access to Ripple's legal team, the SEC, or congressperson, staff member with deep inside info. Ooh, that sounds like a thumbnail. Deep. Sounds mysterious. Hosky has some government connections, but are they that deep? I would guess yes. Now, we've seen David Schwartz posting a lot of pictures and like space type pictures over the last little bit. But this one caught my eye. I can't remember. I think it's AI is what he's referred to it as. But he's got all these pictures. But then you get to this one, and he has obviously taken a picture of Gary Gensler and turned it into an AI picture. But it wasn't just Gary Gensler. There was also this one. That's Bill Hinman. I'm betting dimes to donuts. And when I saw this picture, the first thing that I thought of was David and Goliath, the story of David and Goliath, which eventually became King David, right? David and Goliath from the Bible. Who won? Well, if Bill Hinman's Goliath, this would make Ripple, hence XRP, David. XRP the standard, king. All right. Then there was this, roughly 10 hours ago, a large from Michael Branch. By the way, I don't show him enough, but this guy right here at some point lost his Twitter account. This guy right here, I have to believe that Michael must have been in the military at one point, because this guy right here is one of the people that a lot of people don't know about, who works harder in this space than just about anybody. Every single morning, this guy has my direct message box full of things that he's found on crypto-related news, and he doesn't get enough credit, and you should all follow him. Everybody listening to my voice should follow him. He is up at 5 in the morning every morning, and he's going rifling through crypto news. So I'm betting that he's like an ex-drill sergeant or something, because those guys from the military, once they get in the habit of waking up at 4 and 5 o'clock every morning and being perfectly dressed and everything, I think it's like a lifelong habit. All the military people I know are kind of that way. One of my son's baseball coaches was a drill sergeant in the military, and these guys are regimented. It's like it's built into them in the military. So I'm betting that Michael Branch is ex-military or currently in the military. But anyway, large transaction carrying 55 million worth of XRP detected, 143 million XRP on the move, staggering. 143 million was transferred between two wallets that Whale Alert tagged as unknown. Then there's this, and this is interesting. Craig DeWitt says, on a positive note, if you're in crypto right now, you're officially an OG, okay? But here's what caught my attention. It's something that I don't know that I've ever even brought it up, but it's kind of weird about this whole Sam Bankman-Fried thing. What's weird about it is, and there's a reason for it, I don't know what the reason is, but this FTX thing is almost like a psyop, because they intentionally, here's what I'm thinking about this. When do you promote, when you, like a startup company or a company in branding, when have you ever seen the company, the brand, them try to make the brand the face of the founder? You don't see that much. But there was a specific reason, I believe, that they marketed Sam Bankman-Fried himself and his face as much as they did FTX, the company. The reason I think is because I think that the people that are behind the creation of FTX, and it is not Sam Bankman-Fried, I think the people that are behind it wanted to use the same model that had been used with Microsoft and Facebook. It makes me believe that that's a cookie cutter marketing program, and that there's somebody much bigger that was behind FTX, and they wanted to market it the same way that, think about it. Bill Gates, oh yeah, this founder that he was at Harvard and he left Harvard to go start, and I'm not saying that someone created Microsoft other than Bill Gates. But what I'm saying is, and then what did they do? Same model, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard, quits Harvard, young genius, same cookie cutter model. And now along comes this guy, and this thing, and I'm not saying Facebook or Microsoft was created by anybody other than the founder, but what I am saying is I get the vibe that this company was backed by was literally like an operation that was, and they marketed it the same thing that people are familiar with Microsoft and with Facebook, to create the same kind of thing and make it into the biggest, so that whoever was doing this could make it into the biggest operation. And I think somewhere in this wood pile is freaking Wall Street, folks. Like, this was an engineered company from the ground up. That's what I think about when I see how they're plastering his face, because they wanted to market this as the same type of story. Okay, we had Microsoft, boy genius. We had Facebook, boy genius, and here's the next one. Almost like creating your own reality, like the way that Joseph Lubin did. All right, the whole world's going gold back. Nothing can stop what is happening. Deep state are finished. Their money is not backed by anything, and no country wants to be part of that. Egypt joins BRICS bank official. The country has reportedly been welcomed into the financial structure, further expanding the lender's global reach. All right, I'm not going to cover this, but this is a good classic video, Brad Garlinghouse by Cowboy Crypto. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that I truly believe, that this operation was born of someone other than Sam Bankman-Fried, and it literally is almost like a psyop to create a juggernaut, which would basically be a front for Wall Street. That's what I think this is. Thanks for listening.